Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 2017-2018 school year and our opening day celebration. I'm Tara Thomas, the Director of School and Community Relations.
And I'm Amarion Sykes, an 8th grader at Hoover Middle School. I'd like to ask if you guys would please stand for the presentation of colors and Pledge of Allegiance, also for the national anthem, presented by East High JROTC and Faith Even, a junior at East High School.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, East High. Now for some opening remarks.
Our opening speakers will be Becky Mohorn, the WEA president, Teresa Steiber Moncada, she is the WESP president and the Iowa Para Educator of the Year, and then Shanley McNally will be our final speaker, the president of our Board of Education.
Good morning. I'm a sixth grade teacher at Central Middle School. I've taught in Waterloo for around 20 years. Here we are, starting a new school year in Waterloo. Why are you in Waterloo? What do you mean to the Waterloo community? I know why I'm here. I grew up a few blocks from East High. I attended the Waterloo schools, Hawthorne, McKinstry, and of course, East High. I want to give back to my community. I want to make a difference for the students that go through the Waterloo schools. The Waterloo schools provide the building blocks of this community. Our students need the heroic efforts that you provide every day. Did I ever tell you that you're my hero? That you are the hero for so many young people? You make it possible for students to be everything they would like to be. They can fly higher than an eagle because you are the wind beneath their wings. It might feel like all your hard work goes unnoticed, but I have it here in my heart that our students would be nothing without you. I want you to know the truth. You are the backbone of this district and this community. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. You are my hero, and you're the heroes of Waterloo's youth. I wish you a fantastic year. Let's go. It'll be fine. Yep. Now mine's not on.
Wow, how inspiring is that? You are our heroes. As we close one chapter in our lives and begin a new one, just remember, you are the heroes in the eyes of our students. Welcome back, everybody, to the 2017-18. We are ready to take on this new year, ready to help each and every student. That is our passion. When we invest in our children and other children, we are investing in our community and pledging to make it better. We, the paraprofessional staff, are busy changing lives of many students, and we leave a mark as a long life mentors to all of our students. Be patient. Wait calmly for your students. Be helpful. Provide assistance and aid. Be forgiving. Understand all children have differences. Be confident. Reassure or encourage the student. Be grateful that you can help each student succeed. Be sincere, make a commitment. Be diligent, work hard with all students. Be humble, take pride in the work you do. Be a light, make yourself visible for every student. Being an educator is more than a job. As educators, we help shape young minds, reveal students' talents, and teach life skills. As effective paraprofessionals, we create a better tomorrow. We as educators recognize the importance of receiving a great education and we strive to bring an everlasting change for the future generation. Knowledge knows no boundaries, and education is priceless. We are the glue that our students need to connect education and life. Give 100% always. Change your tomorrow today. Nelson Mandela once said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." We all have gifts, the chance to start over every single year. So let's do it all over again, but even better. Let's have an awesome school year. The children need us. The teachers need us. They would be lost without us. Just remember, you make a difference in every child's life you touch. Thank you and have a great year.
Good morning. I was joking. I said, I don't have a wingman. Nobody wants to come up here with me. Good morning. On behalf of the Waterloo Board of Education, I would like to welcome you to opening day. I'm super excited to be here. We've been lucky enough. We've always had something else going on today, and I don't know if you guys have heard, but there's a solar eclipse happening later on. So we had a perfect plan for that, and let's see if Mother Nature lets us get to that after the program today. So in seriousness, the question of today is why Waterloo? Why work here? Why live here? Why send your kids here? And I think many of you have heard my personal stories about why I've sent my 3 kids here. I went to school here. I was able to, I really wanted my children to have the experiences and the opportunities that the Waterloo schools provided. But the reason today I really want to talk about is I want to talk about being a board member. I want to talk about serving Waterloo. As a board member, I have the privilege, and sometimes not the privilege, of attending lots and lots of meetings. We get to approve budgets, we get to work on purchases, we get to adopt curriculum, we get to go to lovely ribbon cuttings and openings of our fantastic buildings, and I get to do stuff like today, which is a little nerve-wracking. But while I enjoy some of those things more than others, the thing that brings me back to the board table time and time again is this one simple thing. I believe in public schools. Thanks. And I believe in Waterloo. And here's my why. Great public schools make great communities. And when our students succeed, our community succeeds. Having strong schools where people want to send their children matter. It contributes to the tax base, it helps create better property values, and it provides an educated and prepared workforce for our employers here in this community. And it can also be a great source of community pride. Each and every one of you here today share in that credit for what the Waterloo schools mean and do for our families. Thank you so much for creating a safe and conducive learning environment where our kids and our community get to succeed and thrive. I am so proud of our schools, I am so proud of our work, and I am very proud to serve on your school board. Thank you and have a super 2017.
Thank you, Shanley. Now let's take a look at some employees who received special recognition during this past school year.
Guess what? We have a Gold Star teacher!
On behalf of the LA Trust, your 2017 Gold Star teacher.
That was overwhelming, to say the least. It was an amazing surprise. I was totally caught off guard. I was so surprised. It was fantastic that they went through all this work to set it up, and I was gone for 2 weeks, and to have this happen when I come back, it's phenomenal.
Pointer leaders love to do good deeds. We will fill your buckets, guaranteed.
Morning, can I interrupt?
Yeah, sure.
We have some very good news. Good news!
Good news, you guys.
Good news! excited about this.
Mrs. Barshow. Oh, no. You are a 2017 Gold Star teacher.
It's really exciting to represent our school because there are so many Gold Star teachers in our building. We all needed a little bit of joy and laughter, and so yeah, it was a surprise.
We have some fabulous news for Mr. Cassidy today. We got some special guests. I know you noticed the camera. We try not to be, cloak and dagger about things, but sometimes we have to keep stuff really quiet. So I spent all weekend not talking to anyone because Mr. Cassidy is
A 2017 Gold Star teacher.
Tremendously humbled. There are dozens of applicants even in this building that would be worthy of receiving Gold Star recognition. I mean, I try to nominate somebody at least every year, and it feels good to be recognized for hard work, but ultimately I feel like I owe it all to our supportive administration, the kids, the parents. West High is a great community, and I'm honored to be representative of that community.
Boys and girls, again, thumbs up or thumbs down if frog is between the circles.
Mrs. Mitchell, you are a 2017 Gold Star teacher.
Being a Gold Star teacher means that I have the opportunity to do a few things that I wouldn't normally get to do in my classroom thanks to McElroy Trust. It's very nice to be recognized, but this is something that I couldn't have done without the people that support me. My name is Tammy Mitchell, and I am a Gold Star teacher.
My name is Corey Arnsdorf, and I am a Gold Star teacher.
I'm AJ Cassidy, and I am a Gold Star teacher.
I am Deb Barshow, and I am a Gold Star teacher.
Intermission. Code 1, room 100, expedite.
We are so happy that you are here. One of the things that we do every year, not only do we give out Global Thinking Awards each month, but at the end of the year, we honor one person for a variety of categories, like Secretary of the Year, Teacher of the Year, the Custodian of the Year, Para-Educator of the Year, and Mr. Rossi, you are the Waterloo Schools Para-Educator of the Year.
It's really a blessing because, Waterloo is my home, it's my community, and to be acknowledged to be the Para of the Year, it means a lot to me, so I'm glad I got a chance to represent my community well in service.
This teacher has worked in other buildings in our district, but seemed to truly find a niche when he came to Expo. One student had this to say about him: if it hadn't been for his patience and him believing in me, I never would have graduated. Congratulations to the Teacher of the Year.
Working at Expo is the closest thing I can think of having my dream job. I really get to visit kids that really appreciate help when they're stuck, and the staff appreciate it just as much, and we work together just to do what's best for our kids.
There's a category called custodial, maintenance, campus safety, and they're grouped together, and we give out one a year. And you're it.
Takes my breath away. It's an honor. It's an honor, truly. And I hope the program lasts for quite a while.
When you look good, East High looks good, our district looks good, and it's just a great thing. And it sounds like you have really good relationships with kids, and that is a big part of your job. There's no doubt about it. So
thank you.
Thank you for all you do. Waterloo Schools Teacher of the Year, Rachel Harmon. You are the
It's amazing. I'm speechless. I'm so humbled. I love just the opportunity to get to know my students personally, get to see them make growth. I love how funny they are and how insightful they are and how you get to really bond with them.
We are Pointer proud of her and the impact she has had on our students and our lunchroom. Congratulations to the Food Service Employee of the Year.
I'm overwhelmed. I wasn't expecting it at all. Like watching the kids. Yeah, I love them.
We have some great news for you. You are the Waterloo Schools Administrative Support Employee of the Year.
Thank you, everyone. I wasn't expecting this. It's just like something that I do every day, not because I just wanna help them. I know I've been in this place and their parents' place and on their places as students. So it's very, very touching that you guys thought of me of this like this. Thank you.
She goes above and beyond to work with everyone and makes everything better at Lou Henry. She is a valuable, very valuable member of our team and a very special person. So congratulations to the Waterloo Schools Secretary of the Year.
It's the people that I work with. That's what I love most about my job, the people that I work with, and it's an honor. It's really an honor. I had no idea. It is such an honor to think that I represent the whole district, and I will try to do my best at making sure that I live up to the Employee of the Year. I'm Marquita Moore, and I'm the Secretary of the Year.
I am Brandon Ross, and I am the Paraeducator of the Year.
I am Bruce Bencher, and I am Waterloo School Teacher of the Year.
I am Daryl Moore, and I am Campus Safety Employee of the Year.
I am Rachel Harmon, and I am Waterloo's Teacher of the Year.
I am Kim Raylander, and I'm the Food Service Employee of the Year.
I'm Alma Garcia. I'm the Administrative Support Employee of the Year.
Thanks to all of you for taking the time to nominate your peers, and please nominate somebody this school year. It takes about 5 minutes right on our website, and we're excited to meet this year's winners as the nominations come forward. Let's do some quick employee recognition of specific groups we'd like to honor. Could all of the employees of the year, any staff member who has ever received that honor, please stand. Employees of the year. Could any staff member, any educator who has been awarded a Gold Star Teacher honor, please rise to be recognized. Gold Star teachers. Global Thinking Awards, we've started in recent years. About 5 staff members a month are honored. It is a very prestigious award, but we have a large number of people now who make up that Global Thinking Award winner pool. Could you all please rise to be recognized? Global Thinking Award winners. We know during this past school year, many of you put in long hours in addition to your full-time job to complete your master's degree. Could any staff member who received their master's degree in the past year please stand to be recognized? We also have some national board certified teachers among us. Any teacher who is nationally board certified, please rise to be honored. Our theme this morning, Why Waterloo Schools, and we are so fortunate that many of you have come through our district to become Waterloo graduates and that you choose to stick and stay and give back to all those coming after you. If you are a Waterloo Schools alum who is now working in our district, please stand to be recognized. We know that for teachers and for all of the staff, in terms of the responsibilities you take on, it can be a very stressful job. You hear the national trends, that there is a high burnout rate for a lot of young people going into education. But for those of you who have chosen to stick it out, our veteran staff, we applaud you. Please rise if you have been in our district 25 years or more. Please stand back up 30 years or more. Who's been here 30 years or more? Stay standing, 35 years or more. And our last number here, who has been here 40 years or more? Thank you so much for your service.
Okay, it's on. Hello, everyone. I hope you all had a great morning so far. My name is Rayvon, and these wonderful, lovely, beautiful people behind me are my good friends and fellow artists. Together, we are the Waterloo Writing Project. The WWP is exactly as it sounds, a place where young and inspiring artists go to write, publish, and perform. A place where we create new bonds and friendships along the way. Even though our name is Waterloo Writing Project and we're stationed in Waterloo, we have people from all over the Cedar Valley coming here to join us, to share their voice and to be heard. With that said, I'd like each and every one of you to do something for me tonight. Instead of clapping like you normally would when you hear a performance, let's do what everybody else does when they hear poetry. Let's snap instead. If you hear something that you like, that you feel, that you resonate with, go ahead, snap. Don't be afraid. That shows the artist that you know what they're saying, you get it. Snap in between each of the performances to show the artist that you respect them. Even though you might not like their piece individually, You respect the fact that they came up here today and shared it with you. Save all the applause for the end of the show, please. Without further ado, let's get this show on the road.
School. I hate the fact that we can't wear flip-flops and how the time go TikTok. I'm so glad they don't pit-pop. I hate on a math problem that I don't know and I can't find a solution. And when we sing the national anthem, I get the saluting. In the mornings when I don't eat breakfast, things get a little hectic. When I'm sitting in a desk, am I too fat or am I too skinny? Or is it just this penny weighing me down like a pound of math problems on my shoulders? I don't know where this came from, it just shot through my head like a bullet. Like the bulletin board on the wall telling me to the pencil. As we're taking a test, a teardrop dropped. I'm so embarrassed. Now everyone is laughing. So I shut down like a machine in a factory. But I'm not a machine in a factory. I'm a human being. And as we all know, I'm not perfect and you're not either. So I'm going to chase my dreams and express myself.
Last year, I was in 6th grade at Cedar Heights Elementary. Before that, sure, I liked school. I was good at it, and I had friends. But 6th grade was the year that I really got excited to go. That was the year that I was eager to get out of bed just to go to the classroom. And the reason for that was my teacher, Mr. Strasberg. He was one of those teachers, the one that every kid dreams of. He genuinely cared about each and every one of us. He never ruled things with an iron fist, and we were given room to deviate from or even completely abandon the lesson plan. He was kind and generous, and he told us funny stories that always made us laugh. But look at me. I'm listing off his qualities like ingredients on a soup can label. But the thing is, soup can labels don't tell you everything. They don't tell you the warm feeling inside you as you eat, or the feeling of the noodles sliding down your throat. And as such, I can't do Mr. Strasberg justice by just listing off qualities, by saying empty words. Because words don't describe how it feels when he gives you a compliment, or how you feel when he's proud of you. Words can't do that. But words are all I have, so I have to make the best of them. And the best I can do with words is this. Mr. Strasberg changed my life, and he changed me forever.
One day, my 4th grade teacher looked at me and asked, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" See, at the time, I wasn't really sure of the answer to that, and even now, I'm still not sure, 4 years later. I mean, the question was confusing to me then, and still now. But the worst thing that my childlike mind thought of was being an adult, because we all know how much that sucks. But we all have to grow up sometime, and I started growing up the moment I was asked that question. But the moment doesn't even matter. It's the place. I did a lot of my growing up in those very hallways that take their place at school. And as weird as it sounds, I've learned life lessons at school. And I've also learned a lot about social lives. When I say social lives, I mean like interacting with people and being open with people. Because I used to be the most shy person ever. But one day that all changed. One day, a teacher gave me feedback on the work that I did. They showed me how good I was at that whole schoolwork thing. So I started being brave. I started raising my hands for answers, and then I started interacting with my peers. I even made a few friends for being more open, and that had to surprise me more than anything else. It got to the point where the more brave I became, the more bravery became me. So now, I'm in 8th grade, stepping up, building up, and growing up. Crazy, right?
Wow, this is a challenge. Cause in class, if I leave my phone unlocked and right set up, it's out the room without throwing teachers off balance. It's either on or off, ain't no in between when it's valid. I seem to wanna talk more and more, but what really matters. So when we fall, any wall, any star, any cross, any pause, any star, any cause, Donald Trump, build a wall, build it where it won't fall, give it all, give it my all, yeah. Can't show any draws, any bra, any more, any wrong. I'm a all, I'm evolved, I'm a all. Kermit Frog, Kamaka. Z's a band as well as you can see. I see that you're confused, but it's not up to me. It's up to you.
This is not just appreciation. This is admiration for the things that you have taught and installed in me. It is not that you believed in me when no one else would, but the fact that you took the time to personally invest in the well-being of my mind and my future. The educational courage you have given me is a conviction when I become intellectually lazy. Before, I never completely believed myself to be smart enough, but through perseverance on your behalf, I'm enlightened on my capabilities to accomplish anything. Teachers like Ms. Schmidt, Mr. Oberhoy, Mr. Roberts, Ms. Wilder, and Ms. B have helped me see myself beyond my grade point average. Therefore, I ask that teachers like you continue to enlighten young minds with your kindness, because without teachers like you, advanced kids like me would become nothing more than a statistic. I'm extremely grateful for the fact that you showed me I not only need to be successful, but that I want to be successful. And that has made the greatest difference in my pursuit of education. To show my gratitude, I will live the kind of life that will make you proud to say, I had Ashley Woods as a student. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone who listened to us tonight. The people on the stage behind me are just a few of the talented and strong minds that we have at the Waterloo Writing Project and in your classrooms. Before we go, I would like to leave you with a word of advice. Everyone has an impact on kids, teens, tweens, and even adults. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep working, keep snapping. Thank you, and goodbye.
Thank you for the performance by the Waterloo Writing Project. I snapped to that. That was truly amazing. Now I'd like to introduce Dr. Jane Lindeman, our first female superintendent. She's been directing the district for 4 years now.
Good morning, everyone. Oops, I'm going to set this over here. I think it's kind of impossible to follow that. You know, we think of why Waterloo Schools, and I think that our singer, our students who presented the flag, our MC, our Waterloo Writing Project, I think I could stop talking right now and you would know why what we do matters. So thank you to all of them. Give them all a round of applause. By far, the kids are the best part of our morning. So welcome back, everyone. You know, I know it's summertime, and I always start this way by saying it's a mixed bag of feelings right now. Some of you are just absolutely thrilled to be back, and others are kind of grieving the loss of leaving your little ones at home for, you know, you've been with them all summer. For some of you, you've had a really great chance to relax, and for other staff members, summer has just been go time for you. I can't help but applaud our custodial and maintenance staff. I was in the buildings earlier the last couple weeks, and every year I'm just astonished at how they pull it together at the end. So if you are walking on shiny floors, yeah, thank our custodians. And I won't, it'll be impossible. I shouldn't even do this because I can never raise up everybody who just works so hard. But for certain people, summer is go time. Our technology staff, I've seen them in the buildings and they are sleeves rolled up and working hard. And I think most of them are over here. I'm not exactly sure where you are, but technology staff, thank you so much for what you do. We have secretaries. Some of you worked all summer and some of you came back on August 1 and you work extremely hard to make sure that Thursday goes off without a hitch. So thank you to secretary staff, administrators. So thank you everybody for who did what needed to be done to get us to today. I also want to just draw our attention. We have our school board down here and they, can you guys at least wave? You can stand, yeah, why don't you stand up? There's someone. When we think of why Waterloo Schools, for them it's even more significant because they don't get paid to come to all of these meetings. They come here, and like Shanley said so beautifully, they come here because they believe in Waterloo Schools and they believe in public education and what we can offer to kids. So thank you, all of you, for everything that you do. So before I get started, I actually want to recognize one more organization that supports Waterloo Schools. And so I'm going to ask a couple people to come up here. Emily and Mike Young, would you guys come up here a minute? Emily Hansen is the executive director of the Waterloo Schools Foundation, and Mike Young is serving as the president this year of the Waterloo Schools Foundation. I've asked them to come up here. Sometimes Emily does a little speech, but we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to interview them, just a couple questions, so that you can kind of get to know a little bit about the Waterloo Schools Foundation. We are their only beneficiary. They don't divide their money among many people. We are the only ones. So Emily, I gotta ask you just a couple questions. You've been the executive director for a little while, right? 2 years. 2 years. And so can you tell us a little bit about the foundation and what you do?
The Waterloo Schools Foundation is a nonprofit organization that is funded to support public education in Waterloo. We give out teacher grants. We've done 65 in the last 5 years. Student grants, we've done 31. And district initiatives. So those are large-scale projects brought by the superintendent and the school board, and we funded 8 of them.
Okay, wonderful. So about a week ago, we celebrated an event you've been working on for a while, and I actually put a little slide up here. Tell me why this slide is up here and why you are having the check. What happened in the last week?
Last week, we celebrated our 1 millionth milestone, which means in the last 5 years, we have given over $1 million to the district. $1 million raised locally. That's amazing. So Mike, you are here. Mike he was up here. How many people remember Mike being our school board president at one point in time? Yeah. So we joke that he just loves us so much he has to just keep coming back. So Mike, you are a volunteer on this board and you serve with many great people. You're not the only one who gives of their time. You're serving as the president. Why do people do that for Waterloo Schools? Why do people volunteer and support us so much?
I think it's pride. This community is very proud of its schools and proud of all of you and wants to show its appreciation and its support for all of you. We know as a community that in order to be great, we've got to have great public schools. And we're really lucky right now because we have that here. We have that here in the Waterloo Schools. And I think people outside of this room can see that the positive momentum that's going on. And so it's the Waterloo Schools Foundation is just the vehicle for those people, and there are many, many of them who want to show their gratitude and their support and their pride and to let all of you know that we're in your corner.
I couldn't agree more. And so I would urge everybody, everybody has their own projects and their own ideas in their mind of who they support with their time, their effort, and their finances. I am a proud supporter of the Waterloo Schools Foundation because we get to see the effect of what you do. $1 million coming back to us, and more importantly, who? Our students. So thank you guys for what you do, and thank you for the $1 million. We appreciate that. Okay, so I wanted to just give a little bit of a message this morning. You know that we choose a theme every year, and today we have chosen Why Waterloo Schools. Before I do that, I always kind of think it's fun as the superintendent. I take the liberty, I guess, to just kind of let you know me a little bit as a person. For those of you who are new and who haven't connected with me, I just want to tell you just a little bit about my summer and about my family, and I always, as promised, I bring a few pictures so you can kind of know what I've been up to. So here's just a few things. So this picture probably sums up my summer pretty well. I've got 3 boys in the boat. One of them happens to be my husband, and the other 2, we fish. I actually am in the front of the boat with my book, reading as everybody's fishing. We did some kayaking over the summer that I actually love to do, and I'm always the one who brings up the rear and I'm taking the pictures. Both of my boys learned to ski this summer, and so they are 8 and 10 years old. Luke is the little one on the right, and Ryan is the one on the left, and they both learned to ski this summer, so that was really fun. This happens to be at Woman Lake in Minnesota, if anybody's been up to northern Minnesota, and spent a lot of time around the campfire, and the best part is if we could ever combine the boating and the fishing at one time. So we caught lots of fish there, and I've got Luke in the front. So we had a wonderful summer, and I hope you did as well. So 2 things I hope to accomplish today. 2 things. First of all, I want to take a little bit of time to celebrate what we've accomplished. And so I start out with a few points of pride. And these are things that we accomplished together. So let's just take a look at some of the things that we should be very proud of. First of all, our graduation rate is on the rise. Last year, I stood before you and I told you that we had achieved the highest graduation rate in Waterloo School's history, and that was absolutely true. Now, this year, we had a number that was slightly lower than that, but it was still our 3rd highest in history. So the trend is clearly upward. And I want to put that in one more perspective for you. And high school staff who was involved in this, and we have East and West, and where's Expo? I think raise your hands, Expo. They're right up there. So we've got you kind of in the central here. So if you are a high school person, you're going to know what I mean when I say this. The class that just had graduated in 2016, because we announced the state announces that number a year delay, we were on track to be much lower than we ended up. And so we increased that graduation rate by 5% from what it was on track to do. You guys did that. That is a point of pride. So congratulations to you. When we talk about why Waterloo Schools, it is important that our parents feel comfortable and confident in what our kids and the product that we're offering. And so we do a survey every year. This year, we increased the number of respondents, the percent of our parents who responded, to over a quarter. Okay, so in research, that's actually not a bad response rate. We're about at 27% of our parents taking time to fill out our survey. And of those parents, we had 94% of them who said, I am happy my child goes to Waterloo Schools. I'm happy with the school that my children are in. I feel like they are safe. I feel like the staff appreciates me, that they are approachable, and those are amazing things. And again, that speaks to Waterloo Schools. We want people to be happy that their children are here. That's super important. At the elementary, a point of pride. Waterloo Schools had the highest growth in early literacy of any urban school in the state of Iowa. I actually had it was a privilege to go down to the governor's office, and we did a press release together, and the people that were there were just amazed. They love seeing Waterloo succeed. They love seeing it. We have to celebrate as a point of pride the unique programming that we are beginning to offer. We have been on this mission to have unique programs for students. And so I can't help but mention the Leader in Me program. We have many schools. Matter of fact, would you just raise your hand if you are in a Leader in Me school that is either starting the journey or farther down the journey? Just raise your hand. Let's see the impact of that. So yeah, there are many, many hands up. We also had 2 schools that were lighthouse schools. Orange Elementary is a lighthouse school, And Hoover Middle School is the Lighthouse School, and it was only the fifth middle school to be a Lighthouse School in the world. So that is significant. That's something that Waterloo schools should be proud of. We have math curriculum that is drawing kids to our district. We have a robotics team that is an all high school robotics team. I had the opportunity to go to McLeod Center and watch them perform. And if you want to see kids who are proud of what they do and proud of what we can offer them, these kids can show you that. International Baccalaureate has to be on that list. We have something that only 2 districts in the state of Iowa have, Des Moines and Waterloo, and we are one of them. And that list can go on. We should be proud of what we are offering to students. And I want to piggyback on something, and I think this is maybe one of my more exciting things to say, and Mike referenced it. Our image, Waterloo School's image, is improving. I hear it all the time as I talk to realtors, as I talk to parents, as I talk to parents of private school students who live in Waterloo, who are coming back to our district. I'm going to say it again. Our image is improving, and that matters to our community. We had, yeah, I'll let you applaud on that one because that's a big deal. Our middle schools, super proud of you. We had systemic growth at reading and math level. For years, we have been so proud of schools. We've had schools that, and sometimes I'll call it pockets of excellence, where we will have schools who see great gains. But we need to see systemic gain, and we saw that at the middle school levels this year. And so I'm very happy with our middle schools and the growth that they had. The staff climate, and this was for all staff. This is not just teachers. We should be proud of the fact that we are engaging a greater group of staff members who are happy that they are here. And that is not just a superintendent thing. There's not a way in the world that I could take credit for that at all. That is you guys making sure that you are singing our praise, selling our message. We increased 6% from spring of 2016 in the number of staff members, and we had great participation. We have over about three quarters of you take that survey, and you tell us, I'm increasingly feeling like I'm valued, like I'm heard, like my job is worth doing, I'm feeling safe, I know what our plan is, I know our school improvement plan. Matter of fact, when we looked at the school improvement plan, that number was about 92% of you said, I know what it is, and I know what my work is. So that's fabulous, and thank you, staff. And for those of you who have worked hard to make sure one of your neighboring teachers, or a bus driver, or somebody who works in the food service, making sure that they feel welcomed here, thank you to each of you who does that, because there's not one person who could do that. That is a point of pride. New teachers, a message for you. If last year was your first year, at the end of the year we gave a survey, 100% of you said that you were happy with your decision to be in Waterloo. And that has never happened. That has never happened. And we can think of why that has never happened, but sometimes it could be, everybody wants to point fingers. It could be because teachers felt ill-prepared or just not prepared to work with the population of students that we have. They weren't prepared for the diversity that exists in Waterloo. Those are all things that are possible, but for the people who were supporting our newest teachers, it worked. It worked, and we are happy that you are here, and we are happy that you are back for a second year, and welcome. Hey, we should just pause for a moment. Who are our brand new staff members? You're working in Waterloo for the very first time. Yeah. Welcome aboard, welcome aboard. Point of pride, the Waterloo Career Center, we call it WCC, is open. We tried to pass a bond in February of 2016. It was not successful. That did not stop us. It did not stop the school board. We opened, small and mighty. We have 3 more programs that are coming. Enrollment is growing, and Cedar Falls students are here taking part side by side with our students. And some of our students are taking part with Cedar Falls programs. That partnership is a very good thing, and it is a point of pride. All right, this is my last slide for this, and then we'll get into the message. The Schwartzendruber Award was started by Arla Schwartzendruber, who was a longtime superintendent of Waterloo Schools, and he led in some very, very challenging times. And so when he departed our district, the board started an award that was the Schwartzendruber Award. And each year we recognize one school that had the greatest growth in math and reading. And we've always done something where we had them sit up front so everybody knew who it was. This year, remember last year I said we're not gonna arrange seating for that. We're just gonna announce it so it can be a surprise. There is more, so I'm saying shucks, so we're down front. We will do more recognition. This is just the opportunity that we get to announce the winner. We will have a formal presentation. We will come to the school. We have a trophy. We'll ask them to come to the school board meeting to receive this. But right now, it is my privilege and my pleasure to announce this year's Schwartzendruber winner from the 2016-2017 school year, and it is Central Middle School. Stand up, Central. Yeah. Congratulations to you, and remember, today is just the announcement. The presentation is to come, and so we will follow up with you later, but we are very, very proud of you. So today's message, and I always choose a theme. We've had, be the one. We've had above and beyond. Last year it was what? Choose positive. Choose the positive. So today, for today's message, I want you to think about the political context, the political climate, the societal climate that's going on right now with education. And I couldn't think of a better theme for today but to think about why we exist. Why does Waterloo Schools exist? Why do we matter? Why must we succeed? Why must we serve? And why must we be excellent? I want you to just think about that for a minute. You're here today, and what you do matters. It matters so much that the collective success of our district counts on that. So as you think about why you're here and what motivates each of you to be here, and I'm looking in the crowd and I know you, and each of you is here perhaps for a different reason, but I want to offer just a few reasons for you to, this is kind of going to be food for thought. I want to give you some ideas of things to ponder and some things to think on, and then you're going to add your list of why it's imperative that we do a good job, that you do a good job. You're going to add your ideas to the list. So here are my 4. The question of why. Okay, here's my number 1. Shanley referenced it in her presentation. She talked about public schools and why public schools matter. Now, I happen to be, I absolutely do support choice, but more than anything, I support public education. Public education serves 93% of Iowa's kids. 93%. And so if we are really going to impact the masses, it's right here, guys. It's public education. That's where the true influence is going to happen. Our future leaders, our future innovators, our future citizens, the vast, vast majority of them are here. So Waterloo Schools matters because we have the students. You will often read that education is the cornerstone of democracy, and that sounds really lofty. It sounds almost like a huge responsibility, a huge burden, and it is. So that's my first reason. Public schools matter. Now here's probably the most important one. And you saw great examples of the kids who were up here. We matter to kids. Every single child needs us. Sometimes we can describe that. Sometimes it feels like a little bit of it's certainly a responsibility. And sometimes some of you may be going into this thinking, sometimes that feels a little bit like a burden. And that's okay, because we don't have easy jobs. We never have. Some of you will find that as an opportunity, and some of you describe it as a significant award. I have said for years that the best job I've ever had is right here in Waterloo Schools, because I've never felt so needed. Do you feel that way? Do you feel like these kids need us more than anybody? The cost of dropping out and the cost of failure for us is is overwhelming. When we were back talking about the bond and the Waterloo Career Center and talking about improvements that we wanted to make to Waterloo schools, we talked about the cost of a dropout. And at that time I gave a number of about $300,000 for every child who fails to finish school, about $300,000 in lost tax revenue. If they're not making money, they can't pay taxes, in public assistance, in incarceration rates. Our kids count on us. Why Waterloo schools? Because our kids need us. My third one, and I hope you're thinking of your list as well. My third one is we are in a strong position of influence. Quite simply, people are watching us. They're watching me, they're watching you, the students are watching you, the parents are certainly watching us. And when I talked about the fact that our community image is improving, that means that the community's watching us as well. And if you don't think that our influence and our power of influence should be taken seriously, I want to just turn your attention for just a brief moment to the events that happened in Charlottesville. The tragedy, the sadness that happened, there was racism, hatred, violence. They're real, they're present, they're here too. We have that opportunity to influence kids and to make a difference. And I hope that you take that to heart and we will live it every single day. We have, I often will say the words moral imperative, and if you can't take any words with you except for two, it's moral imperative. We have a moral imperative to have an inclusive society where all kids are welcome. We take all kids, we serve all kids, we love all kids. And that's our mission, A stronger district, a stronger community. All right, one more, and then I want to hear from some of you. Why does Waterloo Schools matter? Because we're different. We offer something unique that other districts can't offer. We offer programming that people have. We offer experiences. I loved who was it that talked about the soup can? Was that one of our students, one of the students? We can't list what we offer like ingredients on a soup can. And so often people want to compare Waterloo, and I get that. They'll take one particular measure and they will compare with districts to the north and the south and the east and the west, and that's okay. But what we offer can't always be summed up like ingredients on a soup can label. We have opportunities. Our kids can get friendships and have opportunities to have friendships unlike any other district around us. We have, I listed out many of the programs that we had when we talked about the Points of Pride, that unique programming that we offer. That's a big deal. Our students, when they leave us, graduate from a district that is more like the real world than any other district. And I would say maybe there's a couple in Iowa, but most like the real world than any other district. Des Moines would be similar to us, maybe Davenport would be similar to the demographics of the real world, and Waterloo. Why does Waterloo schools matter? Because we can offer something that everybody else cannot. And I want to challenge you to think about something right now. There is no reason that our kids are ever thought of as anything other than the brightest, the kids with the most potential. Quite frankly, our kids measure up to anyone else. Anyone else. And when you leave here today, you're going to get a reminder of that our kids measure up, and I hope you keep that with you this year when you think about what we offer. It is critical that we are successful because our kids are counting on us. So, the strategic plan that we've talked about I've shared this, this is a 5-year strategic plan. This happens to be the 4th year in the strategic plan. We've talked about the why we must do well. The strategic plan offers a little bit about the what. When you get back into your buildings, your leadership teams have done some amazing work on the PACE, P-A-C-E. We work on having a very, very strong workforce. That's the P for people. We have goals for achievement. We have goals for our parents and for our businesses to be involved in a partnership with us. We have goals for our environment, that's a safe learning environment, and a physically safe environment. So those are things that you're going to hear a lot more about, but that why we do this is up to you. So I'm going to pause for a minute, and I'm going to let you think what your why is that brought you to sign on the dotted line to be here. What is the why that brings you to this room and motivates you to go out to do a great job for kids? What is your why? And I want you to just, and I hesitated to do this because sometimes when I let go, you know, do you think that as a teacher, sometimes you let go and then the crowd goes wild and then you can't get everybody back? Will you tell somebody next to you right now, what's your why? What is your why that's going to drive you to excellence this year? Tell them right now. What's your why? I'll give you 10 seconds to finish that thought. Okay. Now we're going to do something a little differently. I want to hear your whys. I want to hear from you. And I have enlisted the help of some of our student friends up here who have microphones, and I want to hear why you are here. What is your why? So I'm going to let the students kind of spread out a little bit. I think some are over here. And if you are willing to share your why, raise your hand, and we'll get a microphone to you. Okay, right there. And I can see from up here, even in the light, it's Precious. Precious, what's your why?
Waterloo? My goodness, usually when you raise your hand, you don't really expect to be chosen. My name is Precious, and I work in human resources. Why Waterloo? Let's see. Because we are a family. We are not just an organization of teachers, directors, paras, custodians. We are a family that cares about every member of the family, and most importantly, each and every child, that they are given the tools needed to be successful. For if they succeed, then we have succeeded. That is why I choose Waterloo.
Thank you. We've got one over here. There's one right there. All right.
Thank you. My name is Cassandra Hart, and I'm assistant principal at the Dr. Walter Cunningham School of Excellence. I choose Waterloo because my kindergarten teacher told me I was special. I choose Waterloo because in 5th grade, Mr. E told me I can succeed. I choose Waterloo because I watched my mother inspire and educate students in our community. I choose Waterloo for all the hardworking, dedicated teachers and administrators in this district. I choose Waterloo because we are charged to inspire and to make a difference with our youth, to give them hope for the future. I choose Waterloo not just because my husband is the mayor of Waterloo, because I believe in Waterloo. One more thing. I choose Waterloo because in 2017 is the year of impossibilities, to make them possible, that we are going to have parents being involved in our community, and we are going to make it happen in 2017.
Anyone else? I'm looking for hands. Right here? Tony. Go ahead.
Tony, why did you choose Waterloo? Why does Waterloo?
I can't follow that. I choose Waterloo because I like a challenge. I've been a baseball coach. I like to win. I want to be on a winning team. And I'll be honest with you, sometimes you lose, but I really love the challenge. That's why I choose Waterloo.
That's right. All right. Anyone here? Oh, we've got one right in the middle here. All right.
My name is Jonathan Grider, and this is my third year here in Waterloo, and I drive every day from Dubuque because I love each and every student who walks into my classroom. I love the friends that I've made here, and I love knowing that I make a difference every single day, making the city and the state a better place.
Fabulous. Any more? We've got one. If you want to walk all the way back, we've got one there. Do you have one? Did you have one over here? Did we have one over here? Oh, I thought I saw a hand over here. Okay, back here. All right. Why
Hello,
Waterloo?
My name is Dulce Orozco, and I work at Irving Elementary School, which I'd like to say is a privilege to work there. The reason I chose Waterloo is because I get to serve the community, not just at a school level, but out in the community in Waterloo, families, and I get to bridge the gap in communication between the schools and them and their children as well.
Absolutely. Thank you. Oh, right there. We've got one right there.
Hello, my name is Misty Thompson, and I work at Cunningham. 10 years strong, I've been there. This is my 10th year at Cunningham. And I choose Waterloo not only because I'm a Waterloo native and I went to school and I'm an alumni, but Waterloo matters, and we need to make sure everybody knows that Waterloo matters.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you. Are there more? Anybody else? It's hard to talk in front of the whole group. Did you have another one?
It's not on.
Anyone? Who's talking? Oh, we got one back here. Okay, we've got one right here. Just a couple more. Zach.
Just a second. Yeah. Oh, no, I'm blind.
Okay, now it's working.
Oh, okay.
I'm Zach O'Brien. I'm assistant principal at Waterloo, and I moved here about 14 years ago from Fort Dodge. And from the moment I moved here, it just felt like home to me. And the reason I choose Waterloo is because I think each of us every day has a unique and wonderful opportunity to walk into our buildings and work with a large, diverse population. And we get the wonderful opportunity to positively impact students' lives so that they can go out into the community and do great things.
Thank you. Oh, okay, one more.
I'm Sam Kressig. I'm an administrator at Hoover. I'm in Waterloo because I see the opportunities we can provide for our students. Started with the fine arts because that's my background, and as I've been in the district and seen the opportunities we provide for students in the classroom, activities in the community, that's what I want for my kids, so that's why I want to be in Waterloo.
Thank you. All right. So I know there are others who maybe wanted to speak and didn't get their hand up soon enough, and I'm going to pause for a moment, but I'm asking each of you to share your why publicly with parents, with students, with your colleagues, in your building and out of your building, because it matters that people know that you know why you're here. And if anyone in the crowd is struggling to find their why, I'm going to ask you to search your soul to find that motivation in you that will make all the difference. Here's a quote I found. Find your why and then use it to channel your motivation. If you don't know why, it will show. For some of you, I loved what I heard you say. You know that it matters. If your why is strong enough, this is a Bill Walsh quote if you're a 49ers fan. Okay, there's a couple. I can't say anything because I'm a Detroit Lions fan, so I don't have any friends.
If your why is strong enough, you will figure out the how. And I'm going to leave you with this quote. Some people succeed because they are destined, but most of us succeed because we're determined. Are you determined? I hope that you have a fabulous year. Thank you for the privilege to lead, and I hope you will let your leadership skills shine this year. Remember why you're here. Thank you very much. So we're going to close with a little bit of a video that has just a little bit of last year's actions and what happened in our district. So we're going to close with that video, but just the housekeeping piece. I do know Tara asked me to announce that if you rode a bus over here, you need to go to the same spot where your bus dropped you off so that you can find your bus and get back to your building. Tara, is there anything else I need to announce? Oh, that's right. After the video, right? Okay, after the video, would you please just stand in your place and rise, and we are going to retire the colors. So right after the video is over. So let's see what's happened in Waterloo schools.
That's what I like. It's gonna be good for the rest of the day, for the rest of the year. Before I try to be on the interventionist side, I try to relate with the kids, do positive messaging, trying to have the day start off right. How are you doing, Dave?
Mr. Galloway is Cunningham in a way because he's a mentor for all the children, especially for the young males. He's a coach. He's very proactive. Every morning you'll catch him going to every classroom. Cunningham is in this connection even with the community and connecting with middle and high school. The older that they get, they still respect Mr. Galloway.
I try to interact with every single kid just to make sure they feel like they're a part of the school. That's the best part of this job, interacting with the kids.
They worked very hard on signing this book, and it's a great opportunity. And I think the opportunity to learn sign language is not only beneficial to the deaf and hard of hearing kids, I think it's beneficial to all the kids. It teaches tolerance, and it teaches too that not everyone communicates the same way. It makes me proud that we have the opportunity and the gift to be able to teach these kids and to help them learn and progress and grow as a person. Because it's all good.
Tripod. At the beginning of the year, we were talking about how to be positive. We talked about how we had to be our own PR department. And so the curriculum that I had intended on using kind of threw that out, and we became public relations.
Makes you feel important that you're going to help advertise how good our school really is. We have a whole bunch of good students, good teachers. We have 2 Gold Star teachers.
We want to keep this going. I just want it to be all-encompassing and sustainable.
You may begin. They've added engagement. The activities that we're doing are very similar, but since the way students live at home, a lot of times they have a phone in their hand as they're watching a movie on the computer, but we take advantage of that because instead of just playing games, now they're learning to use them in a beneficial way. Excellent. Who can tell me what discrimination means? Problem-solving skills that go along with them having to create a website is really beneficial to them because I see them carrying over into other things. So instead of just giving up easily, now they know, okay, I need to try a couple things first, and they're able to realize that they can find out how to do stuff on their own.
The reason why I'm here, we're gonna give out books. Isn't that cool?
Yeah! We just had an opportunity today to have the Quota Club here with our officer, Officer Lindemann, to get books in kids' hands. Our hope that the takeaway is the value of literature, the relationships for the public coming and helping that connection, and then that positive relationship with Officer Lindemann. He's here to ensure safety, but he's also here to be a help and a support, and that he's a safe person to be around. He's a nice positive face for those kids to experience that.
I have a great group of guys. Honestly, probably one of the best groups I've ever had, in my opinion. Extremely respectful, basketball knowledge is extremely high for this age. I really just enjoy preparing them for the next level. Look forward to see what they can do today and in the future.
I'm going to give you guys each a half
a glove. How does that sound? We are the Waterloo Educational Support Personnel. Today we're out, received the grant of $500. We, the union, the WESPs, decided to take the money that we received to purchase hats and gloves and deliver throughout the Waterloo School District. So we are going to 13 elementary and preschools today to deliver hats and gloves for children that are in need.
The citizen science to me is so practical. It's one of those where we can make a difference. We're helping because the scientists can't do all of this.
We learned a lot about monarchs and tagging them, and I think we've learned a lot about citizen science because we're tagging butterflies and sending some information to scientists so they can know more about monarchs.
I truly believe that if we can make science be something meaningful, that somewhere it's going to click to them and say, oh, I remember how I helped. Maybe, who knows, make some new discoveries, and we can have a small part of that.
This is a collaboration with UNI. This year's lesson plan was talking about microbes, and they sent us a book. And my first class that I talked to had Kenan in it, and he raised his hand and said, Mrs. Harris, I studied this in 3rd grade. So I invited him up. And he did so well with me. He filled in lots of details that I invited him back to 2 more classes. So as we started to work on the lesson plan, and Kenan knew so much, we just realized that that was a good connection between art and science.
Yes, art skills really do help me memorize what they look like and the skills I need to know as what I'm going to be when I grow up. I see this as a lifelong career.
Hoover Middle School has been honored to be recognized as only the 2nd middle school lighthouse in the United States, and lighthouse status is the highest honor you can receive as a Leader in Me school.
The biggest change I can see with this Leader in Me coming into Hoover is definitely the climate and culture. We're so much more a sense of family and community and looking out for one another. Everybody has something to give, and we as staff are trying really hard to match up students' strengths and their skills with some way that they can be empowering to themselves while helping others.
Good job, Kayari. We have a student that suffers from septo-optic dysplasia, and so that kind of gives her a developmental level about 9 months old, and she's completely blind. So we developed some unique curriculum for her so that she can participate within the classroom as much as she can. So it's kind of going around and trying to make what works for her work for the rest of the class. And when you do it, you find out when you do things the atypical way, it opens up a whole new environment, a whole new way to learn. And it really is an opportunity because you learn as much from these kids and you learn a lot about yourself as a teacher as you are presented with different and unique children within the classroom.
All right, let's take a seat, please. We're going to focus on sound waves today, and we've got some really, really cool stuff planned. Really special experiment to show us at the end that's going to actually let us see some sound waves. Today we had a special opportunity with Ms. Kresser's 1st grade class. They were in science, they're talking about sound waves and light waves, and we focus on sound waves here. I brought in a guitar amp today, took out the face of it, and we were able to put some cornstarch and water kind of mixture in there just to kind of see it. One of my biggest goals is just to kind of open students' minds to how music can affect their life, not just here in elementary school, but middle school, high school, and outside of our school system, just to really see that there's more out there than what they currently know.
I coached here last year, and I love the school so much that I decided to come back and student teach here. This team, definitely their camaraderie. They have a lot of cheers and chants. They work together, they talk on the court, and they hustle.
Overall, Bunker Wolves are looking pretty good when it comes down to our athletic programs. We're seeing a lot of growth. We have a lot of student participation out. This is one of those things that we're hoping to continue to grow our program and allow our students to have fun.
At Lincoln today, we're having Lincoln Palooza, and this is an activity for our students who have shown positive behavior throughout the whole month. Positive behavior is positive attitude, always respectful, work hard, and stay safe. So when we're showing those 4 things, we're showing positive behavior. With today's situation, it gives them the opportunity to be with students from their pod, and they get to spend time in other teachers' rooms. So they get to build that one-on-one with that teacher. Personally, and some of the other teachers have said too, it is more motivating and they seem to be more on task in regulating their behavior, knowing that this was an end result.
1,150
Socktober is an event that is held yearly, and it has grown into a worldwide event where people collect socks for the homeless. So this initiated during our Leader in Me time, just discussing different ways that the students could be leaders within our community. And so as we were talking about thinking of others, putting first things first, this idea came around since we had started it last year.
Clean. It's really clean.
We are piloting the new second grade curriculum at the very beginning of our unit. We watched a short video of water eroding away some land, and we came up with some important questions related to that, and that's what we've been investigating throughout our unit. Having the students asking the question makes them more engaged, and following the line of thinking of our students makes all of our students more engaged and have a lot more buy-in. This is my students' favorite part of the day, and it's so joyful for me to get to watch them be so excited about science.
We had two gentlemen come in and talk to us at the Courier about implementing this program. They wanted to be volunteer and mentors. Pretty much what this program is we're trying to teach young men about etiquette, doing some positive role modeling for the kids.
Well, I like it because it teaches you how to be a better person and more of a gentleman. I used to mess around and play, but now I want to be a man. Boys to men!
The West High Culinary team won the state Pro Start competition for the third year in a row. They were rock stars at state. Chefs told them that they hadn't seen a team compete like this and go above and beyond for all of the 15 years that the competition has been taking place. So we're pretty excited, and I'm really proud of them. They're a great group of kids, and they're smart, and they can think on their feet, but they know this industry now, and they were so amazing at state.
Writing inspirational messages on these postcards, post notes. We're going to be sticking them on the wall. So anytime we're feeling down or low, we can always come back and read these.
Donovan was a homecoming candidate this year, and he's an out gay man, and that's a really important distinction. I'm really proud of him for that, and I'm also proud of our student body. He's amazing, and the kids know that. And so we couldn't have a better first president here. And it's also called the Gay Straight Alliance, and so it's also a place where kids that are very supportive of the cause and the issues that kids have to go through are also welcome.
It's definitely a support group for anyone.
We had Expo come over to do their senior walk, and for us, it's a great opportunity for our kids to see many family members, many relatives come through, see kids graduating, and many of them have never seen that before, so it's a good opportunity for them to celebrate that with their relatives or just students they may know from the neighborhood.
I am a Trojan.
I am a Wahawk.
I am a Trojan.
I am a Wahawk.
I am East High.
I am West High.
I am a Trojan.
I am a Wahawk.
I am a Trojan.
I am a Trojan.
I am West High.
I am West High.
I am a high school graduate.
I am a high school graduate.
I am a high school graduate.
Have a great year. Go find your why. And if you need to find your phone, I probably have it up here. Somebody lost their phone. Thank you.